One, two, three. Looks good from here. There we go. Yo, where's the action though? They said Evo Japan. Let's jump around a little bit. Did I see a Urian? Yes. No, yeah. Game volume looks audible. I wonder what the neutral is like in this matchup from the Urian perspective. He usually doesn't look horrible in neutral. Okay. Oh, the tackle missed! She got hit by the mirror though. Pushed back into the corner. Pretty funny. Low parries. Nice. Headbutt. Universal overhead delayed. Very common to kill someone. Yes, you did. I'm not doing anything for the first half of today, so I thought I'd hop on here. That was probably an unsafe fireball. She probably could have reversal supered that. She might have been able to even get like a low forward punish on it. For reversal super, I'm like 99% sure would have worked. Most fireballs are pretty minus when blocked point blank like that. Chun-Li wasn't training out the super. When Chun-Li counterpokes, sometimes the super doesn't work. So it's possible he deliberately didn't do it. Like, low forward into super works at max range for Chun-Li, but when you get like a further than max range by getting a counterpoke, sometimes it can fall out. It's possible he just wasn't churning out the super motion because he was so far away he didn't think he would get a hit. Who knows? Maybe he just, you know, didn't see it in time. If you're not ready with the super motion, it's not free. It's not a free super. I saw someone mention Bubble Bobble recently. Was there a new Bubble Bobble game? Why is it on people's minds? Is Bubble Bobble an actual franchise? I played the NES one, and then I played Rainbow Islands, and I played like every Puzzle Bobble game. God, I fucking love Puzzle Bobble. Ah, I see. Arxis. Did anyone even ask for that? You're not a real fighting gamer unless you're really good at some arcade puzzle game. That's a fact. Also acceptable is some arcade rhythm game. I'm pretty good at Bust a Move. It's probably one of my better ones. I can DDR pretty well. I'm not a top echelon DDR player. Mirror's Edge. It's funny that you say that. Maybe not so funny. Maybe you saw. I was playing Mirror's Edge recently. Maybe you saw it in my Steam. Mallmania is not an arcade puzzle game, although it is excellent. No! Yang! What an unfortunate situation. Rare footage where a regular command grab would be better than the twin command grab. Alright, this is how it works. I've talked about this before. When you get owned in tournament, in an arcade, you gotta turn to your opponent. That was a good reset. And you gotta say, yeah, alright, but see me beat Mania. Or, you know, substitute for whatever game you're good at. And then, even though you lost, you owned him back. Because you're better at a game that you weren't even playing. He tried to roll through it. Does that even work? Didn't work there. See me in initial D. If you lose in the second game, you just can't even go back. That's it for you. Technically speaking, it can be another fighting game, but it has to be a radically different fighting game. If you lose in Street Fighter 3 and you say, see me in Street Fighter 2, don't like it. If you lose in Street Fighter 3 and you're like, see me in Waku Waku 7, there's hope for you. Yeah, Tengeki Bunko. That'll work. Bonus points if it's a fighting game no one plays. Why is there an Alex on the screen? I can't imagine Alex is very good in this matchup. Sayambu! In this matchup, it's quite strong. It traded. It was a terrible trade. Oh, that was a dash. That was partitioned. Did you fellas see that? You know what's funny is he could have just done Flash Drop there. Isn't that kind of amusing? Flash Drop does more damage too, I think. What's the point of charging the EX slash elbow? You know, maybe EX slash elbow is stronger. I'm not sure. Okay, this can just be death. That's a cross-up unblockable. That was a reset. That wasn't unblockable or anything. I think EX Flash Elbow is easier to red parry than EX Flash Chop too. Air TC comboed naturally? I didn't know that was a thing. On mid-air hit. I didn't think the 2 hits were fast enough to do that. I thought it was on grounded opponents only. Or like on air parry. I didn't know it could just combo like that. I like Sayambu. Do we have Sayambu enjoyers in the chat? I'm a big fan of that super. And I'm not just saying that because Tengu Stones. I love supers like that. I think any super like that is just way more interesting than a super that just does damage. Gene has hype moments and Sayambu has aura. You cannot debate this. We'll get the hype moments super and the aura super. Makoto. I think this one's classically seen as being pretty fair, I think. Look at the jumping. Ying spent more time in the air than on the ground this round. Tanarenki is hype moments and aura. Sweet's Relay is probably the most fun deck I've played since Pocket came out. I don't think it's that good though. I'm doing it in a deck without a Vanillix, but I think that Vanillix is probably the way to play it. I think you need to have an alternate win con that's not Sweets Overload. Slurpuff is a really good card, but only if you go second. Milcery is terrible to lead with. Vanillish and Vanillish is good to lead first or second turn. Slurpuff is good to lead second turn. Appleton is good second turn, but only if you can get the evolution immediately. If you can't get the evolution, it's ass. 40 HP and it doesn't build Sweets Relays. That's terrible. The deck I've been using originally used Appleton, but I've just taken it out entirely. I think that the water version of the deck is better. But I think that you need Vanillux. You need an alternate win con. Incineroar is crazy good. I think Incineroar is one of the best cards in the game right now. Darktina is still going. The win rate is only barely worse than it was at the peak. There are a lot of decks that just kill it now. When originally people were playing Darktina, there was no deck that truly countered it. The closest was like Meowscarada. But now there's like several different decks that just hard kill it. Like oh, no EX. That little bird, Oricorio Pom Pom, is very good against it. The new Umbreon is very good against it. The item Repel is pretty good against it. Incineroar good in a Pokemon game. Yeah. Incineroar casually hits 80 damage on turn 3. Which is just absolutely bonkers. You need quite a few cards to have it work, but it's not so rare that you won't get it. And you can do an all-in deck where you're forced to lead with Litten, and then if you have like some Pokemon communication or stuff like that. Incineroar has a lot of health too, and also it's very dangerous to hit it down without killing it instantly. It has 180 HP, which is like crazy high. Very hard to one-hit KO. Most decks cannot do that. And if you can't one-hit KO it, then it will be wounded for at least one turn. And when it's wounded, one of its attacks is 60 damage stronger. If you can't kill it rapidly, and it gets enough energy to use that attack, it can just kill anything. It's terrifying. It's 80 damage for 3 energies, and if it's wounded, it's 140 damage for 3 energies. And either version of the attack gets powered up by a card that adds 30 damage. So this little thing can casually be doing like 110 damage if it's full HP, and 170 damage if it's wounded. Incineroar is a fiendish early game card and also a fiendish like late game card now because of how. Well, it was already, but especially because of how. I've been meaning to do this stream, I was torn between whether doing Third Strike or doing a Pokemon Sun or Moon playthrough. Ooh! Oh, he dropped it. I think he did jump medium kick instead of jump heavy kick for the speed. Because when you get an air parry, sometimes you get it low enough that you're not able to hit a heavy normal in time. But it's quite actually difficult in this game to combo an air medium normal into grounded stuff. Sun and Moon is Gen 7, bro. It's weird to say, but they're actually some of the most beloved Pokemon games of all time now. Gen 3 remakes were called Alpha Ruby and Omega Sapphire. No, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Nice. My first time playing Sun and Moon, I played like a little bit of it while waiting for my car to get serviced at a Toyota building that had a little built-in movie theater, and I watched the live-action Tarzan while playing Pokemon Moon. Anyway, I only played it a little bit right then, and then I didn't play it again for years and years and years. And then when I finally beat it, I was like, holy shit, that game was pretty good actually. And then I replayed it, showing a friend in a Discord call. Someone who doesn't like playing Pokemon games but enjoys watching Pokemon games. And that game is pretty laggy. Not laggy like, you know, it's frustrating when you're playing it a second time because there's a lot of unskippable cutscenes. 2 Akumas? Huracan I've seen quite a lot of over the years. Heart Gold was damn good. Oh, let's see how far he went. I love Third Strike. Look at that neutral jump heavy punch. Look what it did to the other Akuma. Boom! All the way, full screen, baby. That's something I miss from Third Strike going to other Street Fighter titles, is how insanely far away you're left after air to airs. It's variable based on what you hit them with. Light normals leave them relatively close to you. Heavy normals leave them full screen. Any Q player will vouch for air-to-air fierce being a taunt setup. Both of them are dead to anything. Nice. Akuma just gets Ken's Air EX Tatsu, but for free. Ken's Air EX Tatsu is a little better, but considering it costs meter and Akuma's doesn't. Hard to punish that. You have to red pay the last hit, and even then you don't have much time. It depends on how far away you are. That hit the extended limb. He could have Tatsu'd on the ground there, I think, but he didn't trust it. Akuma Super 1 is one of my favorite supers because it's got a lot of cool neutral use, but it's very weak, so it feels fair. Yo, where did the words start? I worked until midnight yesterday. I got home, went to sleep at around 1 AM. I woke up at 6 AM to a terrible nightmare. Was awake for about 20 minutes, then fell back asleep. Then I slept until 10. And then I woke up, fiddled about on my phone for 30 minutes, then went back to sleep. And then I slept until 1. So I had like an hour break across like 12 hours of sleep. Where'd all that come from? The nightmare was two of my friends. It was weird. I had a very realistic dream about like watching two of my friends abruptly die. And then like me I think I was a kid in the dream, it's hard to say. And then me trying to find someone to like tell. They were like dead instantly. They fell down an elevator shaft. They were like trying to jump on top of it. We were like above the elevator for whatever reason, and they like tried to jump down on top of it, and then one of them like fell down and pulled the other one down. It was a very morbid, scary nightmare. And I spent the vast majority of the nightmare like, I don't know. There was no like scary moment. It was just like a very distressing dream. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about that. I don't often get nightmares. Oh, EX Mayor, good save. What was I gonna say? Oh, but I slept like 12 hours straight, and I woke up with a migraine. Probably would have slept even more, if not for that. Wow, my fictional friend names, because we're all Ninja Turtles with bees. Farana has a pretty good poke, actually. Nice. By that I mean fuck Chun-Li. Minakata and Afro, I know, and Zabi. Don't know anyone on the right side. Ugh. That parry follow-up was not it. I think it was parry tackle he was going for. If you have charge and you tap forward and then a button immediately, you'll parry and you'll have buffered the charge move. It's common for Urian players as an anti-air, but occasionally used on the ground too. And I think he had charge, but I didn't see. I often get people saying that. That was a good confirm. EX spinning bird that I believe crossed up. This is looking pretty dire. Still winnable. All he needs to do is get her in the corner. Just a random dash and throw. Okay, she didn't have super. Yeah, Chun-Li trying to get out of the corner. He knows. Oh, that was a super confirm. We're gonna have a let's go Justin moment in a second here. Oh, it's over. Yeah. No, why are there two Chun-Lis? It's the most cancerous matchup. The thing about Chun-Li is that not only is she really strong, but she also kind of dumbs down the game a bit. That's why the fanbase dislikes her. She reduces it to a very straightforward mix-up. Every time you watch two Chun-Lis, one Chun-Li loses. Oh, that's a hard confirm. Very timid punish. The parry was free, bro. That's free meter. If he parried and then did like a button into the super, he got a lot more bar. And bar is very precious for Chun-Li. That's normally a pretty unsafe move to go for. Anytime you do a flip kick, you're risking eating a reaction parry. It's funny to see him do it. It's got decent neutral use in this matchup, though, because it does go over the lip hooks. I'm not going to act like it's useless. It's just risky. Ugh. He got, you see that? He went for parry into close roundhouse and he got far roundhouse. Sad. He activate Crutch jab super. That actually takes some pretty quick finger speed. After a parry, it's a bit easier. That was no, I don't know if that was a Tatsu. Dive kick is so good. That's a nice. He like auto timed a nice catch. He auto timed a universal overhead with his dash set up there. Don't eat those low forwards. Oh, that was a good parry. It was a blue parry actually. And he got a punish on it, but he didn't commit to anything. But he couldn't get a ton there. Nice. Dead. Koa, koa, koa. That's what the commentator said. Kosh. Aguilar. Chun-Li's Hoyoksen can punish jump away fireball, but it's pretty precise, so most people don't really go for it. Very timing and spacing dependent. You have to catch him in his landing frames, which he has a decent amount, but you also have to be close enough that it doesn't fall out, which is not easy after he's jumping away. And his landing frames are, you know, a lot smaller if he doesn't throw the air fireball, so you have to react to the air fireball. This is still a game. Chun-Li could easily win this. There you go. Yep. See Akuma jumping there? He was jumping because he was going to do like an air tatsu. You can make life hell for the opponent parrying an air super. Or air parrying a super. Akuma can hit you like a dozen times before you hit the ground. Ken. No, I wasn't paying attention. All the way in. Look at that confidence. Look at this. Look at Ken. Love it. Send a message. You should jump medium kick. Your air normals don't typically change these days when you're neutral jumping. In SF3, almost every character's neutral jump air normals are different from their forward jump. In Street Fighter 4, it's like there's some air normals change and some don't. In 5, almost always, your air normals are different from your diagonal jump. And in 6, I don't even know if there's a normal that's different. You still got Zangief has a air command normal that can only be done on neutral jump. Oh, double DP? Yep. Light to medium. Very pretty. Oh. Oh. X fireball safe on parry. Dash Demon! And he got owned for it! I don't even know which way Ken rolled to get that motion. Damn, imagine doing Dash Demon and getting owned. You think you would Dash Demon and you would own. What a fricked up world we live in. After all. Ah, nice whiff punish. You have quite a lot of time to whiff punish that. But you also need something with pretty good range. Nice. Headbutt is safe on block. It's quite hard to even whiff punish. I went for double DP. I think it wasn't possible just for the range. Don't know how we got the Kara. Neutral jump. Light punch. I think the Oro Urien matchup is very, very slightly in Oro's favor. 5.3, 4.7. It's really close. Urien has some annoying things with Oro where some of his combos are unusually precise and a couple other ones are not possible. But then he also has some kind of cool counterplay with his mirror. Oro's mobility helps, and I think Oro's ground game is very slightly better. Urien has a mirror to get out of, or not mirror, he has headbutt to get out of unblockables. That's it. That's the matchup that I find the most fun to see. It's Oro versus Urien. I also am a big fan of Urien versus Necro. I like most matchups where Alex is present. Ibuki's a really fun character to watch. Lena's a really fun character to watch. I don't mind Q at all. Those are some really strong ones. A lot of the mid tiers in this game are just cool. Honestly, the top tiers are cool too, and the bottom tiers. This game has a good roster. I think there's only a couple characters that I find kind of boring, and I still like them. Hi. Nice whiff punish. Commentator said Subarashi. I don't remember precisely what that means. I think it's impressive. Or cool, or something like that. It's definitely like pay and respect. I remember always hearing them said umai, which means impressive. I think Subarashi is like wonderful. Amazing, there you go. No, don't get tossed. Chasing Ken jumping out of the corner with a jump kick seems kind of scary. If you like Tatsu. They often Tatsu. This is Co-op Cup, yes. At Evo Japan. Urien players will look you in the eye and tell you that Urien is the only fair character in the game. Don't listen to anything they say. The Street Fighter 3 character with the least grime. That's an interesting question. Even like mid-tiers have grime. Like Ibuki's Instant Air Super 1 is pretty grimy, even though she's otherwise a fair character. Elena's car throw is pretty grimy, even though she's otherwise a fair character. Is there a character in Third Strike that's not grimy? Sean? Sean's not very grimy. No, Sean has a lot of grime with that tackle. Yang's command grab is a little grimy. It's really his safety that's grimy. I think we just have a really grimy game here. Yeah, I get that. I think that's how 12 is. Denjin is one of the most grimy things in the whole game. If it's Shinku Hadoken Ryu, I would say he's actually very low on the grime scale. He's one of the least grimy characters. Alex is pretty low on the grime. He's pretty fair. I'm surprised that hit. Ryu Super 2 is not grimy in and of itself, but what it does to neutral is grimy. What it does to the parry mechanic is grimy. In a vacuum, Ryu Super 2 is fine. But the fact that he can win off of a single good parry is kind of crazy. Super 2 on wake up, and it hit. I don't even know if he could have hit her coming down with something, but it didn't appear that he came down with something. He might have tried for a parry and just fucked it up. Oof. Makoto's entire mechanic of movement is grimy. Her ability to dizzy you in one touch is also quite grimy. Command grab, Makoto's command grab being safe on whiff against the vast majority of the cast is exceptionally grimy. Makoto has more grime than almost any other character. The taunt with the backstretch. Wait, go back. First of all, it's funny that he got the backstretch. Second of all, taunt in neutral is crazy. Was that an accident? No way. The backstretch is the rarest one. It's like 1 in 8. Maybe it's a bit more common than that. Maybe 20%. Look at Chun-Li's bar. Are you ready? You see it? Yum! Oh, she didn't even finish it. Chun-Li gets a ton of meter for the backstretch. I believe it also gives her a defense buff. Yeah, characters with very vertical normals can punish Makoto command grab. Classic example is Remy jump hard kick. Dudley's jump is also very short, so he can do it with his buttons. Dudley neutral jump hard kick can punish it, not because neutral jump hard kick is really tall, but because Dudley's jump is very short. Chun-Li probably has the best taunt in the game by effects, but the worst taunt in the game by the duration and randomness. Backdash doesn't even get out of command grabs in this game. Yeah, dashes are just for movement and third strike. The parry into nothing. She waited for a super. I mean, for not a super. Well, maybe a super. Probably a DP. She could have waited and still done the super, though. Or the punish, rather. Normally there's a cool little slam effect there when you get that jump stomp down towards Fierce, but the down towards Fierce missed. It's one of Chun-Li's coolest. Okay. That fireball's one parry, by the way. It's very unthreatening, but it's very threatening that once you parry it, you're locked down for a nanosecond, and Chun-Li could mix you up. Low forward, random super, who knows what. Throw. Munakata has a very decent aura. Better than mine. This is Aura's worst matchup, though. SA2 is the modern way of playing this matchup. Once upon a time, people used to pick SA3 because of the corner juggles and because of the higher consistency. But the neutral use of Super 2 is occasionally very useful, and you really have no good hope of winning unless you have some... He didn't push her far enough. Unless you have some explosive... Oh my god! Okay. True. Medium kick is a really risky button to press in neutral, by the way, in this matchup. Chun-Li's low forward goes under it, and also she kind of pokes with less super cancel. Aura's okay in this matchup until Chun-Li gets meter, and then he's helpless. So winning first round against Chun-Li is not unheard of. Just the other two rounds that are horrible. That was super punishable. The reason he dropped the unblockable was because he was trying to react to a quick stand and Chun-Li didn't do one. You've got to adapt between two different scenarios after that setup. Alright, this is potentially a win opportunity. Oh, that was nice. That was a good block. He was threatening jump in stomp. So Chun-Li would have had to high block to get that, and that low forward would have hit. That was a failed super! Now she's about to get mixed. Oh, it's a real unblockable. She was far enough from the corner. Holy shit. Very nice. After throw, maybe. I don't remember. Normally you can't cross her up, though. She was barely outside the corner there. No, Chun-Li's Super 2 hits way too soon. Aura's Super Cancel takes quite a long time to become active. He'll just get hit. Aura should have died from that, when Chun-Li got the down towards roundhouse, it should have been a super, and Aura should have died right there and then. It's actually really annoying to do supers post freeze and third strike, though, because you can't do inputs during the freeze. Why are they staring at the cameras like that? Now that's a matchup. Now that's a team. Holy shit. Ryu, Sugiyama, YSB, Kairo TM. I know all these players, and they're all low-tier heroes. Okay, they're not all low-tier heroes. Oh, it's Hayao, too. And Match, and Higa, and Mester, and Param. I played Mester. I went 4-2 against him. I was the 2. That's not bad in my opinion, considering how good of a player he is. He played very timidly against me. He gave me a lot of play. If he rushed me down, I would have got owned. In a slow matchup, I do a lot better than a fast matchup. I love TM's play. I love Hayao's play too. Damn. This is my favorite era of SF right here. The third strike. I don't know. In the end, I didn't end up playing that much of SF5 Oro, although I did like him a lot. And I haven't played that much of SF6 Elena yet. Curse spelling of Elena. Ooh. No, I played both. I played more Oro than Sakura after Oro came out. That's a punish, though. That punishes the throw. You can't block right after the recovery of a throw, I think. It might depend on the character. I've been thinking about making a video showing kind of some of the little ways they fixed Elena's design. I think it would go over well. Because I kind of think that Elena hasn't been a well-designed character until now. There's a lot of quiet things they did to make her design a lot better. Like one of the really obvious ones that I was talking about when I first tried her normals in the trials video. Nice, perfect spacing, perfect timing. In the old games, you couldn't tell what was a low, and now you can. I think she had a lot of moves that were very useless, and then a lot of moves that were really good in all of her other games. Which is kind of an older design philosophy, something that would happen kind of organically. It takes concentrated effort to make everyone's tools useful. Or to make all of a character's tools useful, rather. Low parry to walk in, I love. Stand jab is really good in this matchup. Far jab. Link's tail was actually a very good example of a move that was way better than it should have been. Just because of like little ways that it was just allowed to break the game's rules. The T-Hawk bad balance is like half made. I just haven't bothered with it. It's weird. It's weird that I did half of that and then just stopped. T-Hawk's balance was never bad. His balance isn't bad. It's his design that's bad. It's bad in the sense that he was a lower half character. And it's especially bad in the sense that he was a lower half character for every single version of the game with no meaningful attempt to buff him. It's crouching only. Worst designed character in SF history. I feel like there's an obvious answer to that. Ah yes, New Generation Ibuki. That's pretty embarrassing. New Generation Ibuki had a super that if she landed it, it led to an infinite. The meterless infinite. She could also just land the infinite off of anything, but in particular she could land it off the super, which she could also land off of anything. It's a very, very straightforward super, I mean infinite as well. It's a micro-watt close roundhouse, micro-watt close roundhouse. It's not crazy hard to do. And you can just do it as many times as you want forever. And she gets micro-watt close roundhouse off of her super 3. I don't even know if that's enough to make it worse designed. Vega's quite goofy in a Super Turbo. Like, you know, when you look at actual good Vega gameplay, it's like, this is embarrassing, this made it off the drawing board. Yeah, nothing in Super Turbo would be the worst thing in SF2. Besides maybe Akuma, who was not in the other versions of SF2. Akuma in Super in SF2 might be one of the best characters in the series. But, you know, they obviously didn't seem to care about him being balanced. There's so many ways that his air fireball, like, utterly breaks. Like, already SF2 has very limited anti-fireball mechanics. You don't have, like, EX moves to go through fireballs or anything like that. Most characters don't really have a good answer to fireballs besides their own fireball. And fireballs do good damage and good dizzy in that game. I can do that. But even the limited answers to fireballs that exist are often useless against the air fireball. The taunt, rude. Nice. Why'd they lead with Hayao? That was a big mistake. They should have saved him up. The tackle missed. Ended up being okay. He can teleport at the end of that, but it's tight. Gotta hit that reversal window. The super jump away! It's so rare to even see Yuri in super jump. It's a bad one. Not all super jumps are created equal. Holy shit, he's getting owned in the corner. Oh, he's dead. No, he's cooked. Yeah. It's good decision making by Match. Another taunt. Rude as hell. We got like a Necro to hold it down. And, oh yeah, Dudley. I was going to say a Necro and a Hugo. But Karu's here too. Necro is... I think if people knew what I know about Necro's kit, they would be begging for him back. Because Necro's kit is cool as fuck, and I think most people aren't really that aware of it. I think a lot of people see Necro and just think he's going to be a sim, and they're just like, oh, I don't like sim. I think anyone who played Third Strike would be like, hell yeah, Necro. Necro's really fun. Nice. Light Tatsu, heavy Tatsu for optimal corner carry and Oki. Dudley's ducking does go through fireballs in this game. It's not a huge factor. But it does matter, occasionally. Ugh. Short swing blow got smashed by Far Fierce, which was probably intended to be a close Fierce. Dudley couldn't make it over in time. I'm kind of surprised. Nice. Air fireball is kind of suspect. What a cancel. Car throw. I heard the noise. Red? No red. He doesn't need it. Him does very little damage in that context. Wake up Demon Flip. He got hit midair. Demon Flip is frame 1 airborne. Dudley's got the bar. I mean, it's better to have that than to not have it. Oh, it's pretty dire though. Yeah, he's gonna do another one. He was too early. It's over. Dudley had nothing there. He hit the parry. Match with the disrespect. What a hater. YSB for the Akuma matchup. Uh-oh. Now, Hugo does just kill Akuma if he hits. In fact, rather notoriously in this matchup, Hugo has a touch of death if he blocks a uppercut. But rarely will that happen. It's just funny. Hugo can do 3 claps into super against Akuma, and it's a touch of dizzy. And then his follow-up combo just kills. What a catch! First of all, it's hilarious that he was ready for that parry series with a teleport, and it's even funnier that Hugo was ready to punish it. He didn't EX lariat on that one. Look at that dizzy bar. Out of nowhere. This is absolutely terrifying for the Akuma player. Akuma is recovering crouching for his DP, by the way. Yep. Ugh, the teleport! It's pretty dire now. It's not over, but it's pretty dire. Super 3 is possibly Hugo's best super. It's hard to say. Bro just blocked. The taunt. You can tell that match is shaking them. Air jab. 2 running bears got owned by teleport in place. Just by circumstance. Ah. Oof. Starting to look a little dire. YSB is very much the kind of player who just like spends a long time waiting for his moment. And he's really good at getting the moment when it comes. But sometimes it doesn't come. It's pretty much Hugo in general. Yeah. Living through that was very difficult. Sugiyama needs to hold it down for the team. He's really good, but I don't know. Dizzy is a huge factor in this matchup, though. Necro almost touch of Dizzy's Akuma with just like a random hit. Jump back, medium punch. Both of those back strongs were intending to land a super. Ah. Where'd all his health go? Yeah. That could have been a throw as well. That's true. Teleport will reliably get caught by Electric Snake. Oh, red parry attempt. Low short got dodged by a light Tatsu neutral. Match is crazy good, honestly. He's one of the better Akuma players in the world. I don't know if he's top 3, but he's damn close. Top 10 Akuma player, no doubt. Maybe top 3. There aren't actually that many Akumas. The match has a very nice, respectable history. He's classically performed well at events. Got a lot of big names on his belt. This is almost unwinnable. Match was too strong. No, the fucking YSB team goes down. YSB's my favorite player. Gunfight. Oh my god. Chai-Rithi? I think I've played Chai-Rithi? I don't think I actually did play him. He was at the LA 25th anniversary, and I think he came second in that. Hayao still in, yes. I was there at that event and I came in 9th. I lost to Alex Valle. Oops. I won the first match, but then I got all shook. He cracked me. I got cracked. I made $76 by going to that event. I'm not very happy with 9th place though. Yeah, $76 is a nice dinner. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. DP, that wouldn't have even chipped her out. He had to spend super as well. Brutal. It's me. What air normal was that? He didn't super cancel. Oh, what a whiff punish. Whiff punishing Chun-Li is not easy. Dudley's damage in this matchup is he didn't get a single hit. I thought he wouldn't get like more than one, but he didn't even get one. The entire point of that super is to prevent the opponent from quick standing, which gives you a meaty rose or whatever other meaty you want to go for. Oh, the early back fierce into the flip, but his normal actually hit her flip. That's over. Ducking to upper kills, yeah. You don't even have to do anything fancy. It's funny that ducking upper is like the quintessential mid-screen follow-up in this game. And in SF4, people are invariably doing ducking straight. Because ducking straight adds 0 JP and ducking upper adds 1. Should hit. Not very much. Good storage. You guys see that? I think you have a random amount of time to do that, to store that. Wah! Don't play with your food! That neutral jump fierce was so bad. Or neutral jump light punch. Oh, it's super scary. Okay. Dudley having super meter and you being knocked over is so terrifying. He could have lost a mix-up there, but Gunfight played timid and simply guessed wrong. What's Gunfight? He's like Australian, is that right? No, Singapore? Where's he from? It's not Singapore. Where's he from? I haven't thought about it in a long time. Haven't thought about Gunfight. Dudley Chun matchup. I think it's in Chun-Li's favor by a smidge. Dudley notably has very high damage in that matchup. French? That sounds right. Maybe that's right. Maybe I was thinking of Human Bomb. French sounds right. I was thinking of Human Bomb. Embarrassing. Towards medium kick, step kick, baby. Imagine your universal overhead getting beaten by a crutch hard kick. Embarrassing. This matchup is stupid. I'm surprised there were no legs there. Typically when people do this kind of setup here with a meaty low forward, they have a legs cancel. Oof. If you look carefully, you can see Chun-Li actually lost a bunch of hits there. Because of the crouching opponent. I lied. I think they did actually connect. I think I just missed it. 18 hits? I think he lost a hit. I think one hit was lost. Because the super is 17 hits, right? He did one hit into it and then one hit out of it. So it should have been a 19 hit combo. Against some characters, Chun-Li super just naturally gets 2 fewer hits, I think, but I don't think Chun-Li's one of them. Wow! That's a super confirmed, but he didn't have super. I think you can just link out of it, right? I think down towards Roundhouse just naturally links into, like, low forward. Nice. Well, that was disgusting. Where's the all Chun-Li team to win so everyone can just be mad? That's a good strat, actually. Okay. I like Makoto the vast majority of the time from here on out. Universal overhead. Yep, there it is a big threat. He's probably going to sneak in another one. That goes over low forward, and also is generally hard to react to. Down back hard kick. You mean down forward hard kick? The flip kick? It's a legacy move. She had it in SF2. It was a lot better than that game, though. The main thing that sucks about it in this game is just that it's reaction parryable. Ugh! I was thinking that was medium punch and it would counter hit her, but it was fucking command grab and a counter hit her. That's the absolute fastest way for Makoto to reach you, I think. The dash into forward hard punch. The Oki scenario there is such that you can actually mash out if Makoto goes for like super jump hard kick or something. I think it was Dead or Alive. I was thinking that while I was looking at it. Didn't appear to be Tekken and it was 3D. I'm not very good at differentiating Virtua Fighter and Dead or Alive. I think it's been longer since Virtua Fighter had a game, right? Whoa! That was Virtua Fighter. Bro said it with such confidence. I trust him. That was probably punishable, but he went for low short and it didn't work. I don't know what Makoto's down towards or down heavy punches on block. It's quite hard to punish. Oof, he's dead. Feichi-san. Towards hard kick and the corpse dash. This is the okay. He saved it. I was gonna say this is the scenario that Yun hates. Is when he's got like neutral, when he's got to turn a when he's not meaty and he's in neutral with Gene. There's a lot of time pressure for you to like land a hit and get your combo while you still got Gene up. Ooh, I love that interaction. Nice. That requires the spaced universal overhead. He got the pickup. Oh, okay. I don't think he had a combo from that dive kick, but he didn't try for one. He just went for a reset. He might have had a combo from it. Maybe he could have landed and done my kick. I like the reset, though. I think it was a good decision. Dangerous. Oh. That wastes most of the time. Beautiful. Oh, my God. The counterplay against Gene was so nice. Makoto, very terrifying. Her command grab kills at this point. And errant hit also just kills, so it's just very scary for the young player. Yep, it's over. Stand fierce, dash punch, super. He's alive. Makoto did a light dash punch instead of a heavy one. But I don't know if that was a difference maker. There we go. Because the super in general did a lot less damage than I thought. I was like, Yen's got low health, he'll probably just get murked, but he didn't. It's kind of hard to get combos out of the X kick. It's kind of rare to see something like that. Oh, don't think he wanted that? No, I think he did want that. Nice. Jump like kick. It was an SF4S combo. Oof. That's terrifying. Makoto is terrifying. Makoto willing to do stuff like that is the scariest thing in this game. Surprised that throw wasn't a punish. Oh, interesting trade. Makoto actually did more damage than Yang did. Isn't that funny? Makoto's axe kick did more damage than Yang's palm. Or at least given the relative health bars. Makoto, I think, has 1200 HP. It's the same amount as the Shotos. Don't quote me. I'm actually not very sure of Makoto's health. It might be the same as Oro and Chun-Li. Or it might be the same as Shotos and Dudley. That's funny that you would say that. People typically play this game on arcade hardware, and you have neither D-pad nor keyboard. Optimal. Drop your EX Rekos on purpose to get regular Rekos for meter build. 1200 confirmed. Same as Shotos. I mean, the fact that the mix box exists and people play on it speaks for itself. Tricky cross up to block, but Dudley got it. Yeah, keyboard is budget hitbox, and they should make a hitbox that's like keyboard now. You don't need it. You can play however you want, but you'll need to do like special accommodations to play on. It depends on how you're trying to play the game. Are you really trying to play this game in tournaments on arcade hardware? If you're playing in your fucking bedroom, you can play however you want. Once upon a time, people used to play on keyboard out of pure budget reasons, and they would get laughed out of the room. But now it's earned some legitimacy since people are now aware that, technically speaking, the kind of the skill ceiling is higher on hitbox style layouts for most characters. The only one that's a question mark is grapplers, and there are people out there who are like, "Hey, check it out! I can 720 really fast on a hitbox." Love that TC. One of the coolest TCs in the game. It's not very good, but it's really cool looking. That's really how it goes. I was like that. I used to play on pad. I mean, I still play on pad. But I used to play on pad and people would be like, gross, pad. And then I would win. But occasionally, you know, I'm not the best player out there. And there are people who would say, how you play on pad, and then they would beat me. These people exist. Charithi. Yeah, something about gates on keyboards preventing particular combos of keys from being played. A really classic test you can do is hold both shifts and type some sentence that uses all the letters. Quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog or whatever. And see how much of the sentence you get. And that shows the quality of your keyboard to some degree. Whether it has things that prevent it from... Lazy red dog. I don't think the dog needs to be red. I think we've already got enough without red. The one I really like, you guys might have heard this. It's Sphinx of Black Quartz, judge my vow. That's a slightly shorter sentence that has all the letters. And what a cool sentence it is. Uraken, very strong Akuma player. There you go, look. That's a high quality keyboard right there. Based. Based Sphinx Chads. Hearing that move get called a zonk motion is kind of funny. Back in my day, we called those taps, but I guess zonk is more accurate if you're only holding one button. For example, Virgil. For example, 0. Nothing wrong with zonk. I don't know what character I would use. I'd probably use zonk. It's not a common motion by any stretch. Ah, yes, a 0 motion. Mega Man, MVC Mega Man. I beat MVC 1 again for the first time in years and years the other day. I was just like, damn, I haven't played MVC 1 in a long time. That's the first fighting game I played a lot of. It's quite a fun game. This is not Third Strike, bro. Oh, I'm glad I looked. Yo, Sim? Oh. Foxhound. Wow, it was a OS parry into meaty throw. And he parried the up kick. You already have to wait a little bit when going for meaty throw in this game for the throw invincibility. Having a few frames of blocking is fine. Having a meaty parry is fine. How skewed is this matchup? It's not too bad. I don't think it's like crazy, but I think it's in Yun's favor. Akuma's fine. There's no matchup where Akuma auto loses. Oh, it was a super confirm. This is the first hit of Tatsu. We didn't wake up Tatsu, and I traded. Okay, this is still winnable. Low short trade. That was nice. Kind of a skilled combo. He'll still get a lot of damage though. Skuma health. Over half. Oops, sorry, you jumped as I activated Geneji and say goodbye to half your health bar. At the absolute top level of this game, raw activate is the single best way to do it, I think. Yun is maybe top 1. I like complaining about Chun-Li, but Yun is possibly better. A skilled Turtle Yun is so strong. And then the debatably good matchup against Chun-Li is also very powerful. I'm a believer in the Yun beats Chun-Li. Cute hat. I like that kind of hat. What do you call that kind of hat? My dad used to wear those. I have one somewhere. I said somewhere, but I know exactly where it is. It's in the back of my car. I basically only wear it when I go to the beach. I think that kind of hat looks kind of goofy. It's way less cool than like a baseball cap. A baseball cap is just very aesthetic, straight up. I don't even remember what the costume 4s are. I saw them all. I have no takes. Oh, they had like the swimsuits, didn't they? That's why you said speaking of the beach. A bucket hat. I think it's very goofy looking, but in a cute way. It's a high utility hat. It's an endearing hat. Fishing hat. Where's the rest of it? Did we just walk in on the last match? An Oro. Infi? What's that? Never heard of this guy in my life. I don't know either of these teams. I don't know a single player. Majin Obama? Wait, that Majin Obama? What's he doing here? Curious sequence. Sweep is actually an acceptable normal in this matchup. Not amazing though. Or I can move in the air. That's all I can do in this matchup. He can certainly jump, damn it. The dream here would be landing a random forward throw. That's your best hope of getting a comeback in this matchup is forward throw into meaty super and pray. That was very late and it was still in time. Just goes to show how good of an option that is. This is a really difficult one. You gotta save your Aura players so they don't get run into these bad matchups. Aura's good against a lot of the cast. Not this character though. Don't like that normal in this matchup. Should be left forward. Chun-Li's giving him nothing. You can play this matchup. The dream! If it was Tengu Stone, he could win here. But it's not. That's... that can happen. Sometimes Roundhouse, it can be kind of picky to pick up. And then the opponent's lower, so the EX Fireball comes out as a low one instead of a high one. It was a very bad setup. It all fucked up. Red! He should have done, I don't know what he should have done. I mean, technically speaking, super. Okay, thank God. Hell yes, what a save. This is still horrible. Nothing changed there. That was probably dash in low parry. That was too. Ugh. Dash in is very vulnerable to those kinds of walking into a poke. That could have been supered. Okay. Okay. That was a jump medium kick into mash parry. I respect it. You've got to do stuff like that in this matchup. Alright, forward throw is basically the only hope. Okay, that's a hope, that's a hope, that's a hope. Okay, it's not a hope anymore.
強いって言われてるカードなんですけれども、土壇場の状況で中足をよく見せれないよっていう状況、心理状態で戦わなきゃいけないチュンリー側も大変ですよね。そうですね。画面左側、
Two yuns.
天のゲームハテですからロボット深谷、そして右側が大井川の光が出ます。
I would love to see a Street Fighter 3.4.
このプレーオフ一発勝負でそうなんですよ。食らわせたら勝ちですからね。メリーが警戒に攻めていく。第1周に近づいてゲージを回収。ここで発動してきます。いや、これは厳しい。空中ブロッキングしっかり決めたんですが、ペリーが試合巧者。1ラウンドまずパーフェクトで取ります。いろいろあります。
Give me 1 second. Here I am. I had someone at the door. Where were we? He wanted to clean my gutters. If you know what I mean. That might hit. No, it didn't. Oh, that's my favorite. That's my best joke. If you go on YouTube and search my best joke, you'll find that. The tale of the quick wit. No, the tale of the master of quick wit and ready repartee's brother. Nice. That didn't even combo from the cross up. Oh, he dropped it. Maybe on purpose. No, I don't. There's just a lot to it. I don't tell the joke super often. I once told that joke to a room full of drunk people and no one laughed. It's kind of a highbrow joke. I think someone lowbrow will hear the joke and just say, I don't get it. And the highbrow person will understand. They'll realize the point of the joke. I was not drunk. The thing is, the entire notion of telling that joke to a room full of drunk people and no one laughing is in and of itself funny. Oh, dash in into Crutch Fierce. With probably a OS parry somewhere in the mix. That was really nice. That might have been... I don't know if that would have been safe. If the tackle hits late like that, it's less minus. But Chun-Li has super to punish it, so. I'm not gonna tell the joke now. We've hyped it up too much. Spinning bird kick! Regular spinning bird kick! Sometimes that's used as a poke, but typically from a normal. Not like raw like that. That might have been a failed EX one. It might have been that he wanted to do a normal into it. It's possible he just wanted to do it. Who knows? In this matchup, spinning bird kick is okay.
ちゃんと
Headbutt? No. No headbutt. It wasn't even, it was not even a light super. Ah, he waited. I've been there many times. In this matchup, I low parry and I wait patiently. That's my main way of winning, is I parry the medium kick and then I wait for the super. I pitted A-rank Chun-Li on Fightcade recently and got 3-0'd. I don't get 3-0'd that often, it hurt. But it was a Chun-Li. Looks good. Ah, missed a tackle. Nasty. Ugh! Nice whiff punish. Not that it was crazy hard to whiff punish, but it's good awareness. I said it's good awareness, but it might have been no awareness. Like, Chun-Li just does that anyway. Oh, like, oh yeah, good awareness. Chun-Li did low forward and then super cancelled. That thing that Chun-Li just does. Yo, Chun-Li's kind of nasty. I go with the honest playing this. Yeah. Kind of errantly going in here and there, but mostly just running away and hitting the medium punch. And then once he has the Gene, pushing the mix up. He could have done a little bit more damage than that, I think. She didn't have meter though. Oh, that is an absolute worst case scenario. The entire Gene gone in 1 second, and he ate a super. This is still very winnable for Yan. I hate shoulders like that. You're taking your life into your hands to do that. Oh! Meaty palm was aggressive. The only counterplay to meaty palm, like, you can just react to a meaty palm with parry, and the only counterplay Yan has to that is the fake palm, which is not very good. The fake palm's recovery is too long. It's not like you get a punish because the opponent tried to parry your meaty palm and you did fake palm. I love when young players do shoulder activate on me because that gives me a very good opportunity to get a punish on it. I can generally, it depends, I can generally react to shoulder with parry. If it's the medium one or heavy one, I'm pretty reliable. If it's the light one, I'm not so reliable, but it can happen. And the light one is pretty specific on where you can do it. Doesn't go very far. Yan doesn't have to be cancerous. We can have a game with an interesting Yan. I love Green Ken. Mr. Donut. There you are, Donut. You're right there. Our life. Poe. Gavino. Shinobu. It's 5-star. It's Ryan. I know these players. I know of them.
少ないので、ハイルさん困っているようで、めちゃくちゃ強いです。金が昇竜相打ち追い打ち、歌詞の動画ばっかり見ているっていうことでした。強気のかかってほしいね。プロれなかった。しゃがみガードしなきゃからのここ。サイド。
5 star is crazy good, honestly. Tatsu, light Tatsu, neutral. EX Tatsu. In this matchup, that's okay. It's still pretty iffy. I think it's minus on hit. Oh, that was the last match of that one or something? I don't know. No. Maybe. Maybe yes. Might whiff punish? No. Too far out. It's not like Urian takes that long to whiff that normal. Okay. Yep, yep. Oh, crouch fierce. That's unfortunate. Nice pickup. That was a failed Kara dash punch. Young Kara's off of light kick. The input's pretty easy for it. It's quarter circle forward, then light kick, Kara light punch. But, you know. It's not difficult, but it's not free. Dashing into medium punch. Kinda goofy. Ah, light mirror. That's the one you would typically do there. EX would also be acceptable, but light is the instinctual one. Nice. Was that a punish on the jump back Kobe punch? Shoulder under it. Yeah, yeah, he did. Nice. Yan's so nasty. Trying to counter poke up button with his DP. Ken's DP as a counter poke is surprisingly great. It typically falls off at like high level Ken play and then kind of comes back at top tier Ken play. It's one of those things that like okay players do and like mastered players do, but like advanced players don't do. Nice. Yeah, real. DP and neutral. You can air reset people and then juggle out of it if it's a super, and when Yun is doing Gene, everything is a super. Something about the way that Yun's up kick looks is just very stylish, I feel. That's true, they can parry. That was probably a whiff punish. Nice, nice, nice. Good counterplay, fighting his way out of the corner. I like how he like equalized the damage of that Gene combo with like an Aaron hit into super. Nice whiff punish, holy shit. Ken's damage is like the big key in this matchup. He doesn't need to do as many things to equalize. Matchup's usually seen as being pretty fair, I think. Sometimes people say Ken wins, but I don't know if I believe that.
to be watching. Be there. Witness the action.
強いんですよ。けど、はい、
底力上げた。そうです。
I heard Dudley's car. Oh, oh, what a matchup. This is usually seen as being pretty even. I think Dudley wins in neutral, but Oro kills him with like errant super stuff. Oro can just win on the spot, so it ends up being pretty fair, weirdly. Dudley's mix-up's better. Dudley's ground game's better. Oro's damage is so high in this matchup, he can just win. Like, he can just win here. He can just win. We'll see. Alright, good start. This is the easiest unblockable loop of any character in the game, and Oro has a lot of ways to mix it up. I would spend another one on yellow. Oh, he doesn't. He chooses not to. That was an absolute best case scenario for the Oro player. Dudley, he saved the meter and Dudley burned a meter. Torrent's strong in this matchup is something I've never really thought about. It's kind of interesting. Might be alright. I really like Car Universal Overhead as a poke in this matchup because oftentimes Dudleys will whiff that Stamron House, trying to empty cancel it. Nice block. Oh, just stopping out the corner. Anyway, if he does that and you get hit midair with the Car Universal Overhead, you get to parry him on landing. It's most matchups, it's not all of them. Nice. Yep, micro walk, stand medium punch. Ah. He had charge! How did he even have charge there? That was a wake up stomp. Dash, dash, dash. No! I would run away. Okay, well, you know, he won. A little awkward. No, come back. Come back, players. Come back, Oro. I don't understand these first to ones they're doing. Must be tiebreakers. Kinosuke. What happened there? Did Alex just land like a gazillion hits and win on the spot? I love Alex. It turns out if you don't block, Alex is pretty scary. Wow, crouching heavy punch activates cross counter? That's embarrassing. That was close jab as a tick. I don't think I've ever seen someone do that. He got hit out of the command grab though. What a red. He didn't spend the EX. I would have. Just low parry after blocking an air normal, huh? Oh, you can juggle there. I don't know what he could have done. Slash elbow probably would have worked, but not easy. Ugh. Again, block the air normal into low parry? Of course. Dudley's got so many ways to just mix you up. Yo, look at this guy's fucking outfit. Tor's strong as a poke, huh? Any character who can't duck it, I think it's probably okay. He tried for it there and got owned. Maybe he was too close. Ugh! That ducking straight was bad. Okay, good super. Good counter super. What a sneaky little thing to do. Yep. That's why I like car universal overhead. Is that exact scenario?
というのがこのダットリーの確認の難しさ一つ肝となる
Ah, he actually made it under.
確認してきました
Neutral jump like that I don't usually like. It was a bad double jump, honestly. It's good recognition by the Dudley. Jump? Medium punch?
しっかりやっております
This is a super good scenario for Oro. Yep. He's got to do uppercut. Yeah. Okay, he didn't. I don't know how I feel about this. Kind of worked. It just did work. Oh, terrible, terrible dizzy. Oh, even worse. Bro was trying to mash so hard. That should have been more chicken, by the way. That builds more meter. He would have gotten a second hit of medium stomp and an uppercut. Would have got a lot more bar. Don't cut your chicken short. Unless it's like a character I can drop on. That's going to hit. Dude, did you see that frame? Look at that frame. That's beautiful. Isn't that not cool? Oh. Okay, you gotta juggle here. Cool little setup. Oh, rarely do I see those. Most people aren't super aware of when that's good. Against a lot of the cast, Oro can do kind of like semi-chicken combos. Like versus Dudley or Necro. You can do 2-hit stand strong and then still confirm stomp. I think one of my YouTube thumbnails, when I was doing like the damage maximization with different supers with Oro, I did that, I got that frame as my thumbnail.
さあ続いてどこのトーナメント見ていくのか右側がまだちょっと見れていない状態ですのではい
It puts you at JP5, which is actually not very useful.
本当に余談になってしまいますけど
Stand strong 2 hits into medium stomp 1 hit. You still get an uppercut, which is good. It's objectively better than doing like stand strong 2 hits into like hard kick. Because you can also just do stand strong 2 hits into medium stomp 1 hit into hard kick. Doing stomp into hard kick is pretty annoying to do. Oh shit, it is Justin. It is literally Justin. You guys might recall this story. I played Justin Wong on stream, his stream, not mine, years ago. And after I lost 5-0. After I lost, Justin casually mentioned that he had never lost a game to an Oro player ever. Like in a tournament setting. I don't know about casuals. So this is a super winning matchup, and Justin's particular skill set is also exceptionally good versus why Chun-Li beats Oro. That was a light stomp. Really weird. Never seen someone do that. Well, he got unblockable. Meaty stomp here? Well, that was a meaty stomp. That's not the meaty stomp I would have done. I would have done the instant air one. That's very tricky, though. Anyway, the next time I played Chun-Li, Justin Wong on stream, because I did it twice, I lost 5-1. And I was very proud of my one. Because apparently he had never, you know, lost to an Oro player. Granted, it wasn't a tournament setting, but, you know. Chun-Li cannot super through an EX Fireball from Oro. Unless she's very close. So that, if he tried to super there, he actually would have got hit. That was close enough. Okay, it's an air medium kick. Lies so flagrantly. It does stop it. It was just too far that time. Or not far enough. It's because when Sora throws the fireball, it lingers in the spot where it spawns for a little second. And Chun-Li's not actually invincible. Justin Wong was a heel for a long time, but his overall niceness has snuck through.
さあ宗像としても胃がキリキリするような綱渡りが続いている状況ですが、さあどちらが触っていくか。体力リードはジャスティン、半分以上減らしている状況。
Ugh, that hit so late. Why'd that hit so late? Oro was small. He like low profiled the initial frames of that. This is still winnable for Oro, it's just bad. Justin's really good at kind of avoiding creating that scenario. Oh, 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 this can be a kill. Unusual setup. I kind of like it. Why are we even doing the light stomp here? Why are we doing it? Let's go, Justin. Oh, he's dead. Good shit. Jump in, stomp some mix up. He would have got owned by empty jumps over, empty jump low as well. Well, he wouldn't, but because he blocked low or parried low or whatever. Type of throw. Who knows? He almost died for that light stomp. Just introduces a new way for the combo to fail. I can't even imagine it does any different damage or anything like that. If anything, I could imagine it would lower the damage. But I think Aura's stomps all do the same damage. I've never labbed it. Anyway, that was Justin losing to an Aura in a tournament setting, so I'm not special. I've done light stomp as a meaty.
さあしかし大阪のチャンスはことも勢い強さるわけにいません。うわ早い、中出しから出し入れてますよ。腰チャンス早い。投げてこの地獄車が画面端に。いや今の垂直で勝利。
I'm like way better than a layman at this game, but against players like Justin Wong or like any other player here, I'm a little baby. I'm not even playing the same game. You can see this in any matchup where I'm playing against the top echelon players on Fightcade. They got way too many hits. Is it 5? Was it all 6? It was 5. So technically there was JP left there, but I think the JP just ran out by the time she fell far enough. Oof. Makoto can dash really soon after her, or she can block really soon after her dash. This looks good. He got it. The EX kills here. Yeah. He didn't need to burn anything else. He didn't have anything else.
チャンスがやってしまいますか。やっぱ聖中でね、過去には一世を風靡してたチャンス。おろたで、お互いゴール入っているようなこと。これで勝った方が。
Where's the gameplay?
が思うんですけども。さあどうなるか決勝です。大注目の決勝。
Right?
宗像のオロ対チャンスのことで勝った方が明日の壇上にチームを連れていける。
Elo Japan. Fire. Why the jump? What did he even want? Did he want parry into stand medium punch into jump cancel? I don't think so. That was wake up low parry, but he got hit anyway because the parry at the low was not meaty. Okay, that was nice. The mix-up potential of meaty stomp is crazy high. It's very taxing to try and read that. It's unsafe on block though. It's one of those things where it's better to not even bother to try and read it. And just accept that if Oro did block to air normal into instant air stomp, that you're going to eat it. It's better to eat it than to change your gameplay unless he does it like 5 times in a row or something. Good light kick.
どうなるしっかりと奥攻めはあえていかずに待っている画面
It's kind of making me want to play if I could.
左足抜けている
Uh,
中盤正中でこの時さあチャンスが
ゲージが相手もないので、
いけるのか
チャンスですね。
チームを明日につなげるのはチャンスかさあ宗像頑張る宗像頑張ってゲージを食べる腰投げグラップ2段ジャンプに
Whoa, that hit us a cross up.
ここで投げを
It's a funny setup. I've never seen someone do that until Munakata versus Justin.
さあ倒れているグラップ入れて投げが通る
I usually do 3 dashes there.
大西さん、実はですね、
They're probably very similar in terms of, you know,
展開になる前に
はい
壊しに
viability.
行ってるんですよね。
They probably just do the same exact thing.
ダッシュ投げの投げ圏内に壊しを
You've got to do Light Super versus Makoto and Chun-Li. And I think one other character, Urian.
この会場のざわめき
I think it's those 3.
いやチャンスやりますか、
はい
やっぱ速いっす投げ抜けられないですよ
本当になかなかフレームで飛んでくるダッシュ投げをあの状況でリーサルの状況で
Light Super.
地上戦がめちゃくちゃうまい
I think there's another one, but I can't think of who it would be.
やっぱ通るんですよ
そうです
ね
ね。
ということで、
はい
明日の決勝トーナメントに
はい、
進んだのが
進んだのが ELO ジャパン。
おめでとうございます、
チャンス誠
Less screen carry is actually a useful thing. I usually simply allow 12 to bounce twice.
ベスト8進出とこれで8部出揃いましたね。
はい、やっぱこのクーペレーションらしさ出ましたね。その地域対抗戦と松田さんが作った
Because he's left in a very convenient position for me even after 2 bounces.
さあそれで
It's more it's more vulnerable to parry out though.
エボジャパン2020
Is this the end of the video? No more third strike. No more third strike.
大平さんがですねこの席に座って